but productive for our time, for the time that we have once a month. And this will be about towards the end of the month, after the 15th, and what we're focusing on is looking at things. I'm looking ahead to the next month. What are your goals? How do you want to get there? What plans? What do you need from me if I can help you get to where you want to go? Are there goals that we can still meet this month? That'll be amazing. But that's what we're here for. So what I've got on the board, I'm going to start in the same place I did last time, is talk just a little bit about the different shapes that we are: square, circle, triangle, squiggle. Did you get a chance to read those? You have an idea? This is the what do you think you are, Marie? I'm a square. I'm totally a square. Yeah, that's why I printed. You don't remember? That's why I gave you the
I think
sheet.
I'm more square. Kind of like you.
I see you as well, and there's good. I think we are all. And why I bring this up is that we're all different. We look at things differently. We can have an apple sitting here and we're all going to see something different about that apple. Or I'm going to have citrus bliss in the diffuser and we're all going to smell something different. I smell the vanilla. You're going to possibly smell the wild orange or the grapefruit or whatever. So we look at things differently, and that's wonderful. And we need to bring this to that's a strength. That's why we work together. I'm a square. I feel most comfortable with a schedule. That's why I'm the one that schedules things. But we all need that in a group, and that's fine. I don't expect you to be comfortable that way. I don't expect other people. That's just what makes me comfortable, and I explain that so that people know that's just me. Mm-hmm. And I've come to the point in my 60 years now to love and embrace that, even though it frustrates the heck out of me at times. Circles are wonderful people. They are engaging people. They're fun people. Triangles are, let's get to the point. Squiggles are idea people. Now this just really very brief little things that I pick out. I love them all. We need them all. So and that's why we're here. We're here to brainstorm. I'll bring my strength of scheduling and routine and rules or whatever, and I need new ideas. I'm open to ideas. I've learned, we don't have to be 100% a square. We can be 75% a square, and a little bit, let's think outside the box or look at it like there is no box. Yeah. So, do you have any idea what you are?
I'm thinking circle.
You're thinking circle? I was thinking circle too. But and that was another thing we talked about last time was the way you work. I can be a square. Mm-hmm. When I'm home and I don't have, I can be a squiggle. You can be somebody else, but your root sometimes you're most comfortable. That's where you're most comfortable, most productive. Mm-hmm. So let's go with who we are. Do you have Miss Brooke? Have you had a chance to look at those?
Yeah, I'm just sorry. I had to unmute myself because review is being loud.
I understand.
Good morning. So I decided when it comes to getting stuff done, I have to make myself be a square. Does that make sense? Things just have to work in order. Mm-hmm. And then when it comes to other things, it's more than likely wiggle. It's kind of just a little bit of everything.
Yeah. And that is very, very true. Sometimes our lives can make us into one or the other, but sometimes hello. Oh, that was you. Okay. Sometimes we just need to at least understand what our base, where we are the most comfortable, and then we do what we've got to do. And Miss Robbie, are you still with us, or is she on mute too? Or is she leave? breaking up. I heard about every other word on that. I almost. I think we talked a little bit about it, that you're any one of those at any one time, you know, at different times, at different different situations. Okay. Well, she might have left, maybe, because her phone is, her phone service, she will eventually get to Verizon this next month, and that's better reception. She's on AT&T right now, and it's just not doing it good. So that's just, you know, so opening it up, ask questions, get me, you know, help me see things outside the box sometimes.
Do you have paper?
Yes, we have paper. Norman, there's some paper down in Elena's area there. I added some things to Elena's area. Are we back for it, Miss Robbie?
You're back. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
All right. I move around. I can see any of them at any given time.
And I see that. Yeah, it depends upon what environment you're in at the time, or what situation you're in at the time. So yes, you know, like I said, just we're opening it up. Bring everybody's strengths is very important to us. So what I've got on the board here is the topics that we can talk about. We don't have to. Is Power of Three, which was the topic that we talked about last time, but that is not something that is going to go away. So we can still talk about it again, and you'll hear more about it always. The new enrollee follow-up process, we've had people added, and I don't know if you know this, that Jill further up will sometimes add people as they enroll. She's a blogger, so she gets people from all over the United States, and she will add people in different places to either meet rank, help volume, something. And then we get to connect. That's how I got Robbie. Robbie was enrolled by Jill, and she was placed under me. So, yeah, and Jen and Jill, and then there's going to be, and if we want to do an oil camp. Did you get to do the oil camp the last time? Probably not. Mm-hmm. It's 2 weeks, 15 minutes a day. You look at posts on a Facebook page, and it's about the different oils in the basic kit. Mm-hmm. And I did 3 or 4 videos for it, and all the different leaders did. DIYs, we did a DIY and how do we use for every oil in the basic kit. So if you didn't get to, I can do the oil camp for everybody. Jana has decided she can get as much response, but she said she gave me access to be able to do these videos. It's about 15 minutes a day of looking at 3 to 4 posts. So you don't have to do it all in one. You can do it each day, or you don't have to do it every day. It's just you get points and then gifts at the end for participating, putting comments and things like that. So we may look at that. Yeah. And then we can add anybody that's new. It's really, really good if you just for Leanne, we give her some basic ideas and also meet some other people. Yeah. Get the leaders. Convention, we've got convention coming up in September. We've got a summit, education summit next in May, at the end of May, or mid-May, 12th and 13th. It's here in Dallas, downtown Dallas. It's Friday afternoon or evening, and then all day Saturday. And
Friday from 5 and Saturday from 9 to 5.
Yeah, it's evening. So she's coming. Robbie's coming. It's really, really good. It's more into the science part, and they bring scientists come, and I love it. I don't retain it, but I love hearing it. Yeah, it's great. It's $49, and you get lunch on Saturday. They provide lunch, so it's bad. The last time.
Will I be fine? I was looking at my calendar right now.
Yes. Yes.
No, I think that would be.
Yes. We also, well, another good topic would be going over doing vendor events. What would be good, there's been some good videos out there of other people doing vendor events, what to expect, how you can sell. There's a person that actually sells kits at vendors event. That's if you have the money to invest in the kit ahead of time. Otherwise, I wouldn't worry about it.
Melissa,
Yes.
may I butt in for just a minute?
Yes, you
Could you
may.
take a picture of the board and post it for those of us on phone?
Yes, ma'am.
2 days more.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Norman's phone, I think. Oh, he's got the Norman's phone doing that. Okay. I think I can do this talking and taking a picture at the same time. Okay. No, that's a great idea, thank you. I meant to at one time, I thought about it and then I didn't. Here we go.
I was thinking about.
I will be free Friday evening, May 12th, and I was debating on whether or not, Melissa, you were interested in having an impromptu education class while I'm down there. Soil education.
That's a good idea. I'm sorry, I'm multitasking, which is getting this picture sent is like, okay, how am I doing this? We want to go to the event here, right? Yeah, we'll go to the event. Event.
To get started.
Hold on here. There we go. Events and this is brainstorming and say something. There we go. And photo. There we go. Done. And then we're gonna post. There we go. I posted that a picture of the board. Okay. So Friday evening. You said the summit goes from until 8 o'clock.
Does it go until 8?
I don't know. I remember you were saying what time it was. I don't remember.
Let me go look. I was thinking it was 1 to 5
1 to 5.
on Friday and
Okay.
9 to 5 on Saturday. I will go peek quick.
Yeah, you were-
Continue talking.
You were breaking up at the time, so I didn't catch it. May. Let's see what we got. I got it. Yeah, 1 to 5 on Friday. Well, what we can do is we could meet at Baker's Ribs to have dinner with our families even, and it's kind of on our way home.
Yeah.
Because we have family things on probably in the evening. They're not going to feed us on Friday.
Right.
Let's see if we can do that, because that might work. This way we can have the room if we need it, the banquet room. Is that a possibility?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Now, what I'm focusing on this week will be the citruses and the lymphatic system, or this month in May is the lymphatic system and the citruses.
Mm-hmm. The new citruses were due to come in, and the package did, but they were back ordered, so I didn't get the new ones. Did you get yours?
The new oils,
Mhm.
not yet. They're supposed to be here Monday.
Okay, mine got back ordered. Did you get an email saying that it was?
No.
Okay, so then maybe you got yours. I got an email saying that something in my order got back ordered, and I was pretty sure it was going to be that. Yeah, so both of my orders of it. So I was hoping to have them today, but yeah, citruses and lymphatic system. The lymphatic system impacts our emotions, our whole system, to be able to eliminate toxins. So that's what she, where she is into the technical how it works, and we talked about that at 9 o'clock this morning. So we can talk about that in May too. Yeah, or in the 12:50. Just to finish the list, we got the markets and vendor events. We got 30-30-30 that we're doing this month. But like Brooke had said at one time, she has the money and the time, bandwidth, to be able to do it more next month, which is fine. Pick a month and we'll work with you. You don't. Right now, Jill is promoting it this month, but that doesn't mean you have to do it this month. The Modern Essential app, we've been looking at that, and I just wanted to make sure I had mentioned it is a very good little app for $6.99. Non-compliant little app.
Definitely not compliant.
No, but it tells you what you need to know. So, so yes, that's the list. And that also included some things that are be happening here, so I didn't want us to forget about it. So what would we like to talk about today? Anybody from the phone would like to? Because I can talk about things.
I actually was sitting here playing with the Modern Essentials app.
Okay.
Why did you get pulled up?
What about the Modern Essentials app? I'm sorry?
I was on mute. I was looking at it since you reminded me to have it.
Yeah.
I thought I would go take a peek.
Yeah.
I'm looking up tangerine.
Yeah, they don't have the kumquat or the new stuff in there yet. Or we checked that last week. Well, I haven't checked it this week, or earlier this week. I had checked it, but yeah, it's handy. It's really handy to have. Okay, well.
Aromatic influence, tangerine oils contain esters or aldehydes, which are sedating and calming to the nervous system. If used together with marjoram, tangerine can soothe emotions such as grief, anger, and shock. Interestingly enough, you can still get that in the summer sensation kit.
Yes, you can. That summer sensation kit is really good. You guys have it? It's got the cumin, which no, it was somebody didn't like cumin. Cumin, dill, tangerine,
Tangerine, spearmint, cumin,
and spearmint. And they're little 5 milliliter bottles, 4 of them for $30. So, and it's in the while supplies last. It's cooking oils that you can use in cooking. The cumin and the dill. That made a
I'm
noise.
seeing it all the time. I love it.
Yeah, and tangerine is wonderful. Tangermint. You don't want to do tangerine and peppermint and expect to get anything accomplished. Right? Right, Robbie?
That's right. I had that feeling. I have got that feeling in the room, believe it or not. Do you not know it is such a lasting combination that I do it unless it was time to go down and take a break.
Yeah, she did the tangerine lately here, and then it was hard to. Yeah, and it's a nice tasting if you want to put in your water too. Okay, well, let's see.
Addiction? Sugar addiction.
I did
We don't have a sugar. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about market and vendor events because we have those coming up. This is the season where you have 5K runs. You have little things where they will let vendors come. Let's talk just a little bit about that. Then that'll bring up other topics too, I'm sure. Vendor events, and there's a wonderful video out there about how a lady actually sells kits at a vendor event. There again, if you've got the money to invest in a kit to have there, yes, it's wonderful. I am probably going to get one of the, it used to be Family Essential, or Physicians, but it's the
Family wellness?
Family Wellness, no, that's not, no, Family Essentials kit, the wellness kit, and have it so we can show it at these events. Because it's so much, just like the natural solutions, if people can see what they're going to get for their money, it's helpful. So I'm going to probably have one of those. I had one, but then I sold it before it actually got delivered, so it went away. So we had to get one again. So yes, it does help to have things to show what they're, because it is a chunk of money. It's an investment. But when they see what they're going to get and be able to smell, or you've got information about the support and how it works, it's very good. But mostly at vendor events, and I think you ladies have seen vendor events, is where you get to meet people and get to know about them and get their information, and they get to know about you, get a little connection, a little bit personal, like you've got something in common, whatever it is, if it's a kid, if it's a child with ADHD. Yes, went non-compliant all of a sudden, but whatever the connection is, get to that, get their information, because they're not going to remember to contact you. Life happens, and that's what we are doing, is reaching out. You've got to, the rule of thumb is within 24 to 48 hours, reaching out to them and saying, I loved talking to you, or like I talked to Christina the other day, I did a quick text to her because I had her phone number. I said, I'm so glad you called me. I'm sure we'll find something. And I told her a little bit of what was going to happen today so she can walk in on a taping. Unless she wants to, that's fine too. But, within 20, nothing major. You don't have to do texts. Texts are wonderful. Emails, as we all know, we don't look at them. I use emails for something long. If I'm going to explain what LRP is, Loyalties World, or something, or all the different websites, or explain how to do something, I'll put in an email, but I'll do a text and say, look at your emails. So, because a text is too long, people aren't going to read a long text. But if they wanted the information, you can tell them I sent it in an email, just check your emails. And so text really is a great way. I find, I don't mind calling people. I've left messages, voice messages, because they don't know my phone number a lot of times. They don't have it in their contact list, because I don't pick up if I don't have my contact list. Well, no, I do, because I have a business. But normally I don't. And so you leave a message. A lot of times they won't even listen to a message because it wasn't from somebody they knew. So it's hard, the call part is not doesn't work like it did 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You could leave messages and people would listen to them. So text is one way that they will, especially if it's short, they'll a lot of times if you text for the first time, always tell who you are. This is Felisa. The essential oil lady is all I usually say, because they're going, who is this person? And even if I do that, sometimes I'll get back, who are you? And then I go into when I met. But at least you're connected. You're talking to them. So don't give up on them. There is a statistic out there that you have to reach out 10 times before somebody's actually going to connect with you, really connect with you. So the number of times, like, you talk to them at different events, or a lot of times Norman and I, if you've got an event that's really, really small, talk to the other vendors.
Yeah.
You know, the other vendors actually will see the potential of a business, this as a business, better than just somebody walking through a lot of times. They'll ask you more about the business side of it, which is really great. Not if we're all with Thrive and Juice Plus and Plexus and stuff, but yeah, I have people that are Plexus people that use oils. They're not going to promote it, they're not going to sell it, but they use them.
Mm-hmm.
So you can, even with Juice Plus, Plexus, Thrive and stuff, you can still use the oils. The oils still give you benefits that they can't, even though I'm not really into those things. We won't go down that road. But you can't, they won't be your next biller, but they will still be a customer, and they may even give you referrals. I've got one lady south of here that has the aquaponics like Robbie does. She gives me referrals, you know. She just, I think is she Thrive or no, she's not Plexus. I don't remember which one she is, but she's, yeah. So it isn't a done deal one way or another if somebody else is doing something else, especially the vendors. They don't know what they don't know what the oils can do. Mm-hmm. and the benefits of the oils. So you just show them, because they're going to show you what they're doing. You get to show them what you do. You know, you just share with each other, and it plants a seed, and they just see you there. And a lot of this stuff doesn't happen overnight. Like you enrolled a year before we started doing this. So, it's just timing. So I love the vendor events because you get to go out and you get to meet people and you get to talk to them, you get to plant the seeds, they get to see you. I've got people that are comfortable to come and talk to me because they've seen me at all these different places. I'm not a new face, they've seen me and I'm not going away. I like my little sheets. Some people say you don't need a fancy sheet, just get them to put their phone number, name and phone number on a sheet of paper, and that's fine too. You don't need anything fancy. I like personally, and this is just me because I'm a square, I like my little sheets because it asks all the questions that I may not remember to ask them. And I'm not invasively beating them up going, okay, what are your questions? You know, are you interested in receiving a monthly newsletter? Are you interested in connecting on Facebook? Are you interested in hosting a class or creating residual income? Those little phrases will get a response, and then when you connect with them again, you know what direction to go. Some don't fill it out. Don't worry about it. They don't fill it out, that's fine. You can still get that information, but it's sometimes they feel more comfortable filling out a sheet like this, and sometimes they don't. You know, sometimes they're squares and sometimes they're not. But there is, you know, there's sales that you can do. What we've been doing is try to have something that they can purchase that they know how to use. A bath bomb, the sugar scrubs, something they can smell, they understand it. But then you've got people that come up and they're interested in just the supplements. They're not, you know. So you've got all kinds, but it depends upon, like a farmer's market. We've looked at the Rockwall Farmer's Market, and there you have to have something that you produce. It has to be something you grown. It has to be something you made. I see some things that are there now that aren't quite, so I'm not sure if they're there. That was a couple of years ago, so I'm not sure if they're going that direction anymore. If you have to, then you make your bath bombs, and you've got, you know, and sugar scrubs or something. Yeah, you made them. You know, it's still homemade, but different farmers markets are different. Norman and I have found, and we've done different events and stuff, a lot of times if it's a very small event, you'll get to meet more people by attending the event rather than having a table at the event or a booth, because you hide behind the table.
I saw that video, and The one lady said not to do that. You need to
Yes.
stand in front of the
You
table.
gotta be in front of the table. Norman and I are going to try to push the table behind us and not put the chairs.
Well, the last one we went to, we were
Yeah.
behind the table.
Yeah. It's a security.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. And well, and that table was, people were going around it too. But it's best to be, and I've watched other people, even Plexus and Thrive, and there are some of them that are really good, and they're out in front, and they're just saying hi to everybody, and they're being accessible. And that's, I learned from other people, whether they're our product or not. I tend to be a little more timid, and I'm behind my table, but we need to be in front, and because some people will be put off by our being up front.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
you know, you will get people to talk to you more often. At least just talk to you. And then we've got your wonderful shirts that have doTERRA on them, and they're purple and stuff, so that helps. So yes, that is, something to give them. I always like to give them something to take home. I don't know if I've shown you. I know Brooke has seen this. I did for one big event. I don't want to put it on the glass because it'll make noise. Is I took clothespins, wooden clothespins, put my phone number and Choose Health, and then you sand the end of it, and you can put oil on this. And this is their little diffuser they can put in their car on their event, or just clip it on themselves. And these are so cheap. Now, we found there were different pens work better on this than others.
Yeah.
But this is a very cheap way of getting them a sample that they could smell, that they like the smell of, like your elevation. You could put a drop of this and put it in your car.
I have a diffuser in my car.
You have a diffuser. Yeah, but this is the non-mechanical, cheap way.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
it just, you don't have to go real fancy.
Yeah.
Because you guys are DIY creative people anyway. Go with something that is your personality. Your drawing gift could be a cup that you made with your name and essential oils and doTERRA on it. You don't have to make something that's you personally that you can, as a drawing, because people like filling these out for drawings. When I do drawings, I have them fill it out only as much as they're comfortable. But if they only do the top, that means they only wanted whatever the drawing was for, and I don't worry about hassling them. If they fill out anything more, then I use this because I'm always self-conscious about contacting people. I use this as my permission slip that I can contact them.